The, the Cash App is open. The Cash App is open. The Cash App is open.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. What's new, man? It's your boy Two-Tone the Superstar. Please say the superstar, and you're now plugged in to the Hatrix Pay Legends. What's going on here? Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what day it is. It is No Cap Thursdays.
The Cash App is open. The Cash App is open. The Cash App is open.
That's right, Arizona. I got a special guest for y'all today. An amazing talent, amazing boxer. He once held the WBC interim lightweight title. He also held the IBF super featherweight title. A real dog in the ring. I can't wait to talk to this brother right here. Arizona, y'all give a warm welcome and make some noise for Joseph Diaz Jr. one time tonight, y'all. What's going on with you, Joseph?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, bro?
You out in LA right now?
Hey, to be honest, man, I actually enjoyed myself in San Antonio. There's a lot of boxing fans out there, so I had a lot of love out there. It was good just to go out there and just be a fan of the sport of boxing, watch a great night of boxing, and just give my analysis on a broadcast. Man, it was my first time doing it with DAZN. I've done it several times already with ESPN, but it was my first time with DAZN, man. So I had a really good time.
Father and a dad, I love it.
Oh, bro, it's amazing, man. I mean, it's life changing. Just being able to see your son grow up and see him develop, see him walk, see him talk, see him say different words now, and also like just seeing all the similarities that I do with myself in him. It's amazing, bro, man. And I'm just like so excited and so blessed that I have such a beautiful child. And I thank God every single day, man. And I just try to be the best person that I possibly can be for him. So that way later on in his future, he's not going to be struggling like how I did growing up.
Growing up, you said you struggled.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know how people, when you're a professional boxer, man, or even just a boxer in general, we do this. I did this, to try to make a living, try to change a lot of lives, not only for myself but for my family as well. I mean, growing up, I'm not gonna say that we were like the poorest or the richest or anything like that, man, but it was a struggle, and I was very very fortunate, very blessed that with boxing, man, it gave me the USA Boxing. They gave me monthly stipends. They gave me money where I was able to, help on my mom, help on my parents, with the rent or with the groceries, whatever they needed, dude. So that right there was, very, very inspiring and very motivating. And just knowing that I have the opportunity to not only, continue to change my life, but my family's life as well. Now that I have a son, I'm trying to do the most that I can so that way he won't grow up like that, man. He's gonna have different opportunities. He's gonna have different types of stress and dramas and traumas in his life, other than worrying about money.
At what point did you know that you were nice with these hands?
Yo, to be honest, I knew that when I was like 11 years old, because I actually walked into the gym. The reason why I even started boxing was because I was learning self-defense. I was always small, and I was always a smaller person, so people always try to take advantage of me and try to punk me and bully me and shit. So my father, he ended up telling me that I needed to learn self-defense. That he was going to take me to a local boxing gym. I ended up going to a local boxing gym, the South Amani Teamsters Youth Boxing Club. Man, it's a crazy story. So right when I walked in, one of the bullies from my school, he was a boxer, and I didn't know that. So I walked in, and he was with a group of his friends. And right when I walked in with my dad. He came up to me, started laughing and shit like that. And he's like, "Oh, you think you're tough now? Like, let's spar. Like, you think you're tough? Let's spar." And at that time, like, I didn't know what the hell sparring was. I was like, "What the fuck sparring?" So I was like, "All right, yeah." I was trying to act tough in front of my dad. So I was like, "All right, yeah, give me a week. And I'll spar you." And then after he started giggling, him and his friends started giggling. And then after they walked away, and then I ended up telling my dad, "Yo, Dad, what's sparring?" He's like, "Jojo, sparring is when you're gonna have to get in the ring. You're gonna have to fight him in a week, And I was like, fuck, dude. I was like, damn, I'm gonna get my ass kicked, dude. So then, so then my dad was like, yo, don't worry about it, man. You have to stand your ground with these bullies. If you don't stand your ground with them, even if you get your ass kicked, as long as you punch them, or as long as you stand your ground, they're not gonna bully you anymore. He was like, so we're gonna practice throughout this whole week. We'll practice a lot of things. So my father just, we ended up going back to the house. One of the key things that my father started doing was looking up, boxing videos on YouTube, and one of the key factors that he's seen was throwing body shots. And I was 11 years old at the time, dude. I was a little fat kid because I was a baseball player and shit. So I was a little fat kid. So my dad was like, "Yo, Jojo, if you dictate to the body, you're gonna hurt this kid, and then you can land any punches on top." So a week passed. I ended up, going into the gym, getting ready to spar. This dude ended up taking his shirt off. He was all chiseled. He had a six pack and shit. I took off my shirt. I was all fat and all like I had cellulite and shit all on my stomach. I didn't know any better, man. And I ended up, sparring him. And one of the key things that I did, I just started attacking to the body. And I was a lot heavier than him because, obviously I wasn't a boxer or anything like that. So my power and dictating the body was breaking him down. And I ended up, started landing some shots on top, ended up stopping him, making him bleed and shit like that. And ever since then, man, I was like, man, you know what? And this kid, he was already a boxer for about 3 years. And I just went in within a week and busted his ass. And I was like, after that, man, I just fell in love with the sport, knowing that I was able to defend myself and shit.
Did you ever think that it would get to the point it would make millions and thousands of dollars off catching fades?
Man, to be honest, I didn't. I actually had to make, there was like an ultimatum where in my life, because I was a really, really good baseball player, man. I played All-Stars every single year. I started playing when I was 5, 6 years old. And when I went to high school, the varsity coach wanted me to play varsity baseball when I was a freshman. He wanted me to be a starting pitcher because I used to be I didn't throw the fastest, but I was very accurate and I had some junk on me. I had a good curveball, I had good location, good changeups and everything like that. So they wanted me to be a starting pitcher for the varsity team. And at that time, like I had to make a choice. I was like, all right, like I can either, for one, I'm not that big or anything like that, but if I continue on with my baseball career, I could probably get like a scholarship and get a degree, go to college and get a business degree and move on from there and make money like that. But then I started looking up boxers and I started like looking up like what they were making. I was like, shit, man, these boxers are making a ton of money, and it's all different weights and different sizes. So I think I'm just gonna do that. So I ended up, quitting boxing, went on a limb with my boxing career. Literally like 4 or 5 weeks after that, the U.S. men's. I was 17 years old, and I went to the U.S. men's national championships in Colorado, and I ended up winning the whole thing, man. At 17 years old, fought 4 times, winning the whole thing, and then, sure enough, man, USA Boxing started paying me, giving me that monthly stipend, and once I started seeing that money coming in, dude, I just turned it up a whole nother notch. Man, it was lit. It was lit, man. I mean, I was making bank. I was making bank at 17 years old, and I was like, man, I was living life, dude. It was amazing. Such a great feeling.
What was it like when you
what was it like
you got
when
that first big check? Was you like,
got that first big
I got
check?
this off my damn hand?
I got this off my damn hands.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even a check. I got a big deposit from my signing bonus from Golden Boy once I turned pro and stuff like that. And once I seen that amount in my account, I was like, golly, like, man, all because of fighting and stuff like that, man. All because of it's not all because of fighting or anything like that, man. Obviously, it took a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, not only for myself but for my family as well. But just knowing that I was able to accomplish that and see that type of numbers and money in my account due to all the hard work and due to something that I love and I'm passionate about, it was just an amazing feeling, man. And it was just more motivation knowing that I could do even more. I wasn't settled. I wasn't happy at all. I know that I could keep on going and keep on progressing as long as I just stay motivated. And that's what I did, man. I just started staying motivated, just started working even harder, and just started climbing my way up to the professional rankings. And here I am today. Now, man, I'm just extremely blessed.
Yeah, what did Kobe Bryant mean to you?
Growing up, Kobe Bryant was always an inspiration, man. Obviously, I was born and raised in Almani. It's a couple cities down from LA. So just seeing Kobe Bryant, his work ethic, his determination, how hard he's overcome everything, dealing with bullshit as well, outside of his professional career, and still overcoming everything and still working hard. That was very, very motivating, man. And once I found out that news, it was literally when I was going to the Tevin Farmer fight to Miami. I was on the plane, and then someone was like, "Yo, Kobe Bryant passed away," and I was like, "What the hell?" I thought somebody was just joking around and shit like that. And then sure enough, man, I ended up googling it on Twitter and googling it on my internet, and seeing that it was true, dude. And it was just unfortunate, man. It's an unfortunate, it was an unfortunate death. But I wanted to, contribute my fight to Kobe Bryant that weekend, because obviously he was major impact in not only my life but in a lot of people's lives.
You went ahead and beat Tevin Farmer.
How was that?
It was good, man. I mean, I worked extremely hard. I knew that Tevin Farmer was underestimating me. A lot of people, they underestimate me because they see they see my record, they see that I don't have that many knockouts or anything like that. But throughout my whole entire career, man, I fought really, really tough opposition, man. I fought undefeated fighters. I fought guys that have never been stopped before, and I beat all of them. So I kind of already knew, like, going into that fight, that he was underestimating me. And sure enough, man, I just stuck to the game plan. Ended up getting a fucking big ass cut in the first or second round, but I still stuck to the game plan. I knew that at that very moment it was sink or swim for me. I mean, it was my second world title shot, so I had to just go all in or nothing. Even if I had a broken hand, even if I had a cut in my eye, I just had to go out and risk it all, and that's what I did, man. And I ended up coming out on top, winning the world title, being a world champion, and it was just a dream come true, not only for myself but for my family, for everybody that has been, rocking with me, all my fans, all the people that believed in me. It was just a major accomplishment, man.
That you won't give him a rematch.
I mean, the reason why I didn't give him a rematch is because they're trying to play me with the money and shit like that. But if he really wants to get these hands again, man, I could bust his ass again. Like, I'm not scared of him or anything like that. I already know his flaws. I already know exactly what he's gonna do. Like, that shit will be easy work for me again. That's easy money.
Okay. Tevin,
You get the hands if the brand is right. Gary Russell Jr. was the best fighter you've ever fought.
Yeah, he was the best fighter. The reason is he came in with a good game plan, very, 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 very fast, very, very, unique with his punches, different outputs as well, where he was able to control it, and keep me at bay, and make me not. I was trying to apply the pressure, but what he was doing was keeping me second guessing. And at that very moment, I wasn't as intelligent as I am now inside the ring, where I couldn't capitalize. And he had that, extra experience, taking that out from Lomachenko and knowing what he has to do to adapt and stuff, where he was able to overcome me, man. And he's one hell of a fighter, Gary Russell Jr., dude. I know that he don't fight as often. It might be due to business, it might be due to the money and shit like that. But at the end of the day, man, Gary Russell Jr., he's one of the best fighters that I ever fought.
You fought Devin the Real Dream Haney.
Devin the Real Dream.
What kind of similarities do they have, or any different type of difference?
I think it's completely different. I think Gary Russell Jr. is more of a guy that tries to knock you out, a guy that is more aggressive with his offense, where when he does attack, he tries to go for the kill. I feel like with Devin Haney, he's more of a slick defensive fighter, where he tries to land his shots, but then he tries not to get hit, and he tries to win on points. But if he does see that he can overwhelm you, and if he does see that he could hurt you, and if he has that control over you, of course he's gonna go out there and take advantage. So it's different type of fighters, but they're both hell of fighters, man. Devin Haney, he's one hell of a fighter as well. He's very very tall, very rangy. Knows how to keep his pace and knows how to keep his distance as well. So he's one hell of a fighter.
And you hurt Devin Haney in that fight.
You hurt Devin Haney in that fight.
Yeah, I heard him a couple times, man. But the thing is, I look back at that fight, man, and I watched it already. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I watched it about like 100, 150 times, And every time I watch it, man, I get fucking angry because I see the opportunities that I could have, took advantage of, and I didn't, man. I was just trying to rely on just one shot, one punch knockout, where instead I should have just been more and put on more of an output where I could have overwhelmed him a little more. And like I said, it's a learning experience. It happened. Things happen. He ended up, winning and coming out on top. But at the end of the day, man, that right there is just making me a better fighter and a better individual, knowing that I gotta adapt and knowing that I gotta adjust next time I go inside that ring.
Where George Kambossas Jr. can capitalize on Devin Haney in that way.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, these guys, everybody's human, so everybody could get hurt, everybody could lose, everybody could, have an off night. And I think with George Kambossas, I feel like George Kambossas has a big heart, and he's not as skilled as these fighters, but he's very, very tough, and he's very, very gritty, where he's gonna go out there and risk it all. And I think that if Devin Haney don't have that game plan where he knows it's gonna be a tough fight, it's gonna be a long night. But if Devin Haney, is getting the right sparring, is getting that, that tough sparring, that aggressive sparring where these guys are gonna be trying to fight on the inside and try to, just try to, make it a dogfight, then I feel like he's going to win the fight, because he's just going to have to adapt and he's going to have to fight on the inside. There's going to be a lot of opportunities inside that ring and during that fight where these guys are going to be fighting on the inside. And Devin Haney has to, have that guard up, and have that good defensive, but also that good offensive, so he could keep George Kambossas off.
So would you make a prediction who you think would win that fight?
Like I said, man, I mean, I think stylistically, and just like going like off top, I think Devin Haney will win the fight. He has more of an opportunity of winning the fight. But like I said, if George Kambossas comes in with a good game plan, and if he executes that game plan well, and if he does hurt Devin Haney and stays on him and doesn't let Devin Haney breathe, then there's going to be some trouble.
And I kind of think George Kambossas was in the right place at the right time when he fought T.O., because that fight there was so much politics to get that fight done. He was just in the right place at the right time.
It was a great night for, Kambossas. Kambossas, he fought out and he did what he had to do to, come out on top. Teofimo felt like, underestimated him and blew his load in the early rounds, where when he did have Kambossas hurt, because he had Kambossas hurt, Kambossas was out on his feet, but he just couldn't execute and he couldn't close the deal because of the weight cut and the energy that he had during that fight. He didn't have any energy where he could have, capitalized and go for the kill.
I want to get your take on Gervonta Tank Davis versus Rolly Romero and how you think that plays out.
I think Gervonta Davis knocks him out easy. Sleeps him within 6-7 rounds. I don't think that Rolly has the skill and technique to surprise Gervonta Davis. I think Gervonta Davis, he's more of a experienced fighter. He's fought a lot of these fights, and when Gervonta Davis wants to box, he can box. He's a good boxer and very slick and defensive as well. So I think it's going to be a long night for Rollies.
What did you see Rolly's outfit?
Did you see Rolly's outfit at the
Nah, I think I seen it on Instagram with his shirt off and stuff like that. He's trying to be like Conor McGregor or some shit.
So, last Saturday night, Ryan Garcia fought Emmanuel Tago, and he was doing the DAZN telecast. I said Jojo Diaz was up there hating, but not player hating. Objective hater. I'm an objective hater. I be hating a lot. You were keeping it real. You was keeping it real. You said Ryan Garcia doesn't have the heart to fight at 135, the big guys. Why do you think that?
Well, he still hasn't. I mean, who did he fight last? Emmanuel Tago? Like, who the fuck is this guy? Once that fight got announced, I think everybody was all surprised. We thought that, he was going to come out and, try to challenge me, try to challenge, Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney, but he didn't, man. He ended up, choosing a guy like Emmanuel Tago I mean, don't get me wrong, Manny Otago, he's, all these guys going inside the ring, they're all dangerous and they all have heart and they're all good. I respect every guy that goes inside that ring, but for him to be, talking all that nonsense and talking all that bullshit and then go and pick this guy and then fight the way he fought, like, he can't be talking shit like how he is. He got to shut his mouth.
But did you think he showed heart when Luke Campbell dropped him and he got up, then stopped Luke Campbell? That's still hard.
Then stopped Luke Campbell. That's still hard.
I mean, yeah, he showed a lot of heart and a lot of will, but Luke Campbell fucking blew the bag. I mean, he had Ryan Garcia extremely hurt, and instead of going for the attack and instead of actually fucking teeing off on Ryan Garcia, he ended up started fighting that European style again and bouncing around and letting Ryan Garcia get his energy and get his composure back. He ended up letting Ryan Garcia get his mind right again and let him, execute what he had to do. And it was just, I felt like it was just Luke Campbell. He ended up catching Ryan Garcia, but then he didn't throw that shot again. That shot was there all night, and he didn't land it again.
Because Ryan was supposed to fight Fortuna, and he pulled out because he was having mental health issues. And you went ahead and fought Fortuna and beat him. Then you and Ryan was supposed to fight in November. Then Ryan had the hand surgery. Are you kind of irritated at Ryan because y'all kind of connect that way?
Nah, I'm not irritated with Ryan, man. At the end of the day, Ryan in his career that's on him. Whatever he wants to do, he can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. That's his career and that's what he wants to do. If he wants to, continue fighting these guys that nobody knows about and collect a bag like that's all for him. He could do that. But at the end of the day, I know what I want for my career, and that is to, fight the best and to challenge myself every time I go inside the ring. I want to give the fans the best fights possible that I possibly can do. I don't want to, get a quick bag off of people and get a quick bag and then, fight a guy that I know that I'm going to knock out and, beat the shit out of and stuff like that. No, I want people to see that I'm fighting the best out there, win or lose, and just, excite and give the fans great entertaining fights. And that's what I'm going to continue on doing, is just trying to challenge myself and fight the best.
Right, 100%. One thing that they can say about JoJo Diaz Jr. is that you don't duck nobody. In a sport where a lot of the young fighters are more worried about their O's and Instagram, like why are you cut different?
Why are you cut different?
You know what, man? I think I'm cut different because I've always wanted to. I'm very challenging. I like to challenge myself, and I always like to compete be very competitive. I want to compete with the best. So, if me going out there and fighting the best guys, even if I do lose, as long as I know that I was in there with the top dogs and I was catching them and I was hurting them, that's all that matters to me, man. Giving the exciting fights. I'm gonna continue on being the best fighter that I possibly can be inside that ring, and continue on giving the fans great fights, regardless if I win or lose, man. Because at the end of the day, boxing's an entertainment sport, and people want entertainment. And I'm not gonna just entertain these fans fighting tomato cans that I know I can knock out. I'm not gonna do that, man. I'd rather fight guys that are the best, that are the scariest in the world, that people fear. Because I'm not afraid of no one. I want to fight and challenge myself and fight the best like that.
That's what's up. So you have a fight in July. Was that confirmed with John O'Kerry?
Was that confirmed with John O'Kerry?
It's like 90% done, bro. It's 90% done. We all know that Ryan Garcia is not going to accept the fight with me next. So I think for me, I got to figure out a way where I'm gonna, get another bout, and that way I can still stay and still be relevant, so I can fight another top dog like Shakur Stevenson or Oscar Valdez, or go back up to 135 and fight hopefully Ryan Garcia, or fight a guy like George Kambossas or Devin Haney again, man. So that's my thing. I just want to get another bout and just keep on fighting the best.
So do you think Ryan Garcia is ducking you? Because when I talked to him, he was like, you're kind of a filler fight for him.
If he honestly thought that, man, the fight would have been made already. If he honestly thought that, he's just trying to build some confidence within himself. But deep down inside, he knows the deal. If he wants to fight, we can fight. We can make that happen. But like I said, man, I ain't scared of him. I ain't fearful of anybody. If he wants to fight, we can fight. And come fight night, people are gonna see the ass whooping I give him.
Okay, so you're open after you fight Joe O'Carroll, you're open to fight the winner out of Shakur and Oscar Valdez?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, whatever fight makes the biggest sense to for me, whatever fight is the biggest for my career at that time. If it's a Shakur fight, if it's a Oscar Valdez, if it's a George Kambossas or Devin Haney again, whatever, or Ryan Garcia, whatever fight at that time makes the most sense and is going to be the biggest fight for my career and the biggest challenge, I'm going to accept it.
That's what's up, man. That's why I like JoJo, because he don't duck no smoke at all, period. All right, man. I definitely appreciate you for giving me this interview, my brother. Thank you. I wish you the best. You live in Arizona. Let's link.
I appreciate that, man. You be safe, man. God bless.
Thank you. God bless. And I appreciate you, JoJo. Arizona makes noise for JoJo Diaz one time.
The Cash App is open.